This program is rated PG. It contains themes and scenes which may not be suitable for very young audiences. Parental guidance is advised.
This program is supported by PMEG Premium at Protect Plus Gold. Sama-sama sa laban, walang iwanan.
Welcome to Open for Business. Mapapanood nyo rin ang programang OFB sa Facebook at YouTube. Mag-like at mag-subscribe sa aming social media at Net25 TV. I am Cesar Vallejos. Welcome to Open for Business. Samahan ninyo kaming tuklasin ang iba't ibang pamamaraan kung paano mapaunlad ang inyong negosyo. Aalamin din natin mula sa mga eksperto ang mga pangunahing trends at mga estratehiya kung paano natin mapapanatili ang negosyo, maliit man o malaki, para maging open for business. Corporations around the world have been committed to fulfilling their social responsibility, whether it's protecting the environment or working to fight poverty on a local, national, or global level. Ngunit dumating ang pandemic. COVID-19 changed life as we know it, upending businesses and terminating people's livelihoods. Ngunit nakita natin na maraming tumulong na mga korporasyon upang makabangon ang mga maliliit na negosyo sa gitna ng pandemya. Maging ang mga MSMEs din mismo o maliliit na negosyo ay may naiambag na ayuda sa kani-kanilang mga komunidad. Kaya't pag-uusapan natin ang Corporate Social Responsibility o ang tinatawag na CSR. Ano nga ba ito? At uso pa ba ito ngayon na halos lahat ay nangangailangan, maliit man o malaking negosyo? Tatalakayin ito ni Randy Bernardino, ang ating OFB correspondent mula sa Las Vegas, with our guests Maribeth Marasigan, Board Chairperson of the League of Corporate Foundations, and its Board Secretary Reginald Andal. All these in this episode of Open for Business.
This portion is brought to you by North Luzon Express Terminal.
Kumanta, sumaya tayong lahat. Saya-saya.
Open for Business is back. I am Las Vegas correspondent Randy Bernardino, and with me are Miss Maribeth Marasigan, Board Chairperson of the League of Corporate Foundations, and its Board Secretary, Mr. Reginald Andal. Hello, Miss Maribeth, Sir Reginald, thank you for joining us.
Oh, good afternoon. Hello, Randy.
Good afternoon, Randy. Thank you for having us.
Yes, we're so glad that you could join us. Now, today we will be discussing the transforming landscape of corporate social responsibility. First of all, Ms. Maribeth, why is this an important topic?
I think more and more CSR is becoming a very hot topic, as you can say. No? Parang lalong-lalo na sa panahon ngayon, with all of the things and the challenges that we're facing, the role of the corporate foundations, the NGOs, and civil society is heightened also, diba? Because we all know that the government cannot do this alone. So we all need to collaborate and work together in order to help address societal issues, yung mga problema natin sa komunidad, mga ganyan. So it's very important for CSR to play its part in helping the government as well as society in general para ma-address itong mga issues natin today.
Yes, that's true. The way that we can get through this pandemic and the issues that we are facing, it's a collaborative effort. So, Sir Reginald, how is this topic then relevant today?
Echoing what Maribeth mentioned, many describe the current situation that we are in now as unprecedented. isang bagay na hindi natin inaakala in terms of its scale, scope, complexity. And complex issues require innovative solutions. And this is where the call for the CSR model, programs, and delivery, the overall landscape to change and adapt. Sabi nga nila, new normal na ito. And the new normal provides an opportunity for us to pivot in a way that we can immediately respond to the urgent needs of our Filipino families and communities. Sa amin nga, sa pag-uusap namin palagi ni na Maribeth, ang CSR, aside from calling it as corporate social responsibility, tinatawag din namin itong collective social responsibility. Now more than ever, we have seen and witnessed the value of partnership and collaborations among the many sectors in our country.
That's true, Sir Reginald. Especially now, we see a lot of new players coming in to give their part and to collaborate. Now, Sir Reginald, again, thinking about the past, what were some of the typical CSR initiatives? What were the societal issues that was being addressed by those initiatives?
Talking about the digital divide, karamihan sa problema natin ngayon sa ating bansa ay matagal nang nangyayari. But this became even more apparent because of the advanced communications and technology. And with that, the pandemic even highlighted more these societal issues that our country is facing, specifically on three areas: health, economic, and social. Health, that's where the physical, the mental, and even environmental health, the issue on water access, sanitation, and hygiene. Economic, maraming nagugutom, maraming nawala ng trabaho. Social, there were times that there are certain cases of domestic abuses. Lahat halos nasa bahay na ngayon. And also education with different learning modalities. The readiness of the schools, the parents, and the students were even in question at a certain point in time. But let me just say, Randy, that the CSR just intend to complement and support what the government does, the government efforts, both the national and local government units.
Very true. That's so true. Now, going back then to those issues, there was really a digital divide. So before the pandemic, what was the delivery in addressing those societal issues, Sir Reginald?
Before the digital divide, we are seeing our CSR practitioners to be really on the ground, serving the communities. But because of this transforming landscape, we have seen that from the traditional moving towards the digital side of delivery. We have also like to believe that the sense of urgency is somehow critical as we respond to the needs of the families and communities during the pandemic. And all of our organizations are looking a lot of ways how they can immediately respond to these needs of the communities and families. So the technology has a major role in what the CSRs are doing right now.
Now, for some people who may not know all of the initiatives being done by these corporations, sometimes ang unang-unang iniisip nila is the donations, of money, of goods and resources. But really, it's such a large platform, a large scope. What are other types of initiatives that these corporations are doing, Sir Reginald?
Tama ka doon, Randy. Ngayong pandemya, nakita natin na marami ang nagdo-donate. There were a lot of in-kind donations, specifically to hospitals, clinics, barangays, and LGUs. Because as I've mentioned a while ago, there is certain urgency for us to respond to the needs of the communities and institutions. But pre-pandemic, corporations are actually practicing already and have subscribed to the sustainability and people-centered approach on its programs. Like the other NGOs and CSOs, CSR practitioners implement community initiatives where people are at the center or core of the development process, applying the principles of participatory, lahat kailangan kasama, inclusive, babae, lalaki, matanda, bata, sustainable, and innovative in order to reach the full impact of the projects. So CSR nowadays are not anymore dole-outs, but really at the core of community development.
That's true. Now, Ms. Marybeth, I know for a lot of these initiatives, it's not just goods, but it's also education. How are these corporations empowering these communities, their fellow men through education, arts, and culture, other things like that? What are some examples?
I just wanted to add to what Reggie mentioned earlier. No? So the first, I think most people, ang unang naiisip nila pag sinabing CSR are the dole-outs, the ayuda, and all of that. But CSR really has evolved a lot. We're looking for programs that are more sustainable and are also creating resilient communities. No? Hindi pwedeng bigay lang ng bigay ng mga ayuda, kailangan matuto din silang maging self-reliant. And those are the things that we focus on. So for example, when you talk about education, it's not just about scholarships, classroom. It's about making sure that they are given the capability so that they can work and they will be able to help themselves and their family. So it's hindi lang isa yung tulungan mo, you're helping a community and the family, di ba? In terms of, for example, livelihood, ito yung malaking pinupush ng mga member companies ng LCF. We want to make sure that we are helping the small, medium enterprises not only to survive, but to thrive even today. No? So we need to be able to capacitate them. Hindi lang tayo nagbibigay ng mga ayuda or ng mga donation na cash, pero more and more, our programs are geared towards providing them with skills. So training and skills, yan. So that they can be self-reliant. So yung delivery mode today, before face-to-face ang training, today we are offering online training courses, skills development courses, para tuloy-tuloy pa rin yung ating mga pagtulong sa ating mga kababayan.
That's so true, Miss Marybeth. When you told me that, the first thing I thought of, you know that saying, help a man fish and you feed him today, but teach a man fish and you feed him for life. So in order for these initiatives to be sustainable, to truly help people, we have to empower them, not just one-time help, but really help them to succeed and make them successful in the future.
Exactly.
Yeah, so a lot of interesting points. When we come back, we'll be discussing more about CSR, especially now during the pandemic. So stay tuned.
Sa panahon na laganap ang mga sakit, katuwang nyo ang BMEG Premium at Protect Plus Gold. Gawa sa state-of-the-art facilities ang BMEG Premium Feeds. Kaya ito ay safe, sanitized, and hygienic. Walang dalang sakit, certified, malinis, sariwa at sigurado. At para laging malinis ang paligid, gumamit ng Protect Plus Gold. Isang safe broad-spectrum disinfectant na pumapatay ng mga virus, bacteria at fungi. BMEG Premium at Protect Plus Gold. Sama-sama sa laban, walang iwanan.
Welcome back to Open for Business. Marybeth Marasigan and Reginald Andal from the League of Corporate Foundations are here with us as we're discussing the transformation of the landscape of CSR. Now, talking about the present time, in this time of pandemic, Ms. Marybeth, what is the landscape of CSR now?
Now, I think when the pandemic hit us, we were all scrambling para makatulong. I think all of us were there right there and then. So ito yung immediate. The usual thing that we do is the immediate relief. No? But today, after a year, I think we're in the recovery and rehabilitation mode. Kailangan na natin yung tulungan sila na makabangon para they can be reliant on their own. No? Kasi hindi naman pwedeng isang taon nagbibigay lang tayo ng ayuda, di ba? Kailangan na natin mag-open ang economy and we need to prepare them for what is coming in the new normal. So ito yung yun na nga, sinabi natin earlier, kailangan natin silang bigyan ng kakayahan to capacitate them, provide them with skills so that they can do things on their own. So yung isa sa mga, I think na pinaka-importante, lalong-lalo na sa mga small and medium enterprises, ay yung digital transformation. I think alam nating lahat, for example, lalo na yung mga maliliit na nagdagdag-negosyo, na lahat ngayon online. So kailangan matuto sila magbenta online, paano yan. So ito yung mga programa na binibigay ng mga LCF members, ng iba't ibang kumpanya at ating mga partners para matulungan sila na matuto paano gumamit nitong mga tools na ito, no, mga online tools, so that they can continue to do and sell and get back on their feet, no. So yan yung pinaka, I think, priority ngayon is the digital transformation of the small medium enterprises.
Yes, good point. To see it moving just from, you really have to empower the community by teaching them skills, the training. Now, going back to about how the community helping, a very popular one lately has been the community pantry. Have MSMEs also been contributing to the community pantry as far as you know, Sir Reginald?
Yes, actually lahat at halos lahat ng MSMEs, yan sila talaga ang active players sa community pantries. Mainly because much of the products that are being given in the community pantries are coming from them. So small players, but practically they are the ones really contributing and giving much to this community pantries, because community pantry is really a social effort. Hindi yan gawa ng gobyerno, hindi yan gawa ng malalaking kumpanya, ng malalaking korporasyon. Kung hindi, these are initiatives really coming from the ground, and MSMEs have been really taking an active role in the success of the community pantries.
So I think that's a good example, because before, when people are thinking CSR, they're thinking it needs to be a big, elaborate endeavor, a big project, but something as simple as this, anyone can join, really, whether you be a small business owner or if you're just a solo individual, you can contribute to your own community. So now let's go to the future of the landscape of CSR. Now, with the increase in vaccinations and decrease in infections, we can say that the crisis is improving. Now, Ms. Marybeth, now that it's improving, do you think the landscape of CSR will revert back to how it was before the pandemic?
I think we all have to move forward. Things are not going to be the same from where we were prior to the pandemic, and so we need to be able to adapt. And that we've seen the acceleration of the changes, the way that we've adapted. People, no matter where we are or who we are, we've adapted, and so that is going to be the new normal. The way CSR is going to be done will probably be hybrid. No? There will still be a lot of virtual and online delivered services that are delivered online. But of course, we want to be able to work on the ground as well. So that is important to us, to be able to see and feel and work with people around us. So those are some of the changes. But we think that not the way that we are going to deliver the service will change. The way that the programs that we have will change. But the role of corporate social responsibility will remain the same. That is really to provide assistance, help the government in solving our societal issues.
That's so true. Now, I like what you said. Now it's going to be a hybrid delivery, because the changes that we've seen during this pandemic really have such a lasting impact. Now, Sir Reginald, how can we harness CSR to create sustainable impact for the future?
Two things, Randy. One is the integration of CSR efforts to the business strategy, because the business strategy should remain effective and resilient to change in order to survive. This would mean CSR should ensure relevance and significance through long-term integrated commercial and social purpose, because good business is good CSR. And second is making sure that we also integrate that in the community development, letting the community beneficiaries take their own progress, own their progress and really be capacitated so that even the CSR practitioners leave that community, they can still go on because they have learned what needs to be done for them to survive and thrive.
Yes, so that whatever happens in the world, whether it be pandemic or whether we're facing prosperity, still there are going to be affected communities. Still there are individuals who need help. And when we collaborate, when we work together, we are empowering them, that they know that they can arise above the poverty they're experiencing, that they can overcome these societal issues that they are facing. So Ms. Marybeth, what is your prediction for the landscape of CSR in a post-pandemic world? Where do you see it coming up?
I think more and more the move is going to be towards sustainability and towards ESG. So that's more and focus on environmental, social, and governance as well. As we hopefully prosper, yung dream namin before, how as we prosper, the country prospers, dapat wala ng CSR. Dapat because people are already prosperous. So you need to be able to dream na we don't need, because people don't need help, diba? But that's in an ideal world. But we think that the CSR is going to evolve towards more towards sustainability. A lot of companies and businesses, as Reg mentioned, need to integrate all of this community development and work in the social and economic and governance strategy and operation of the business. So it will not be, maybe a couple of years from now, CSR is not going to be treated separately from the business because it has to be integrated. It has to work with a business so that it is sustainable. So that's the way I see the CSR moving forward.
Very good insight. Now, Sir Reginald, what are your predictions? Once the pandemic ends, how will the landscape of CSR be?
Maribeth has been mentioning this. The scale and depth of the issues, of the complex issues, require practically a different and disruptive approach through innovation. So even with the entry now of artificial intelligence or AI, machine learning, big data management, definitely CSR will adapt to that. There will be a lot more innovations, something more exponential and far-reaching way with more dynamic thinking so that we can address these complex sustainability challenges. The utilization of technology will really play a key role so that we can advance our CSR and sustainability efforts. Because even in LCF, we believe that the breakthroughs and advancements in technology can increase the impact of the social good efforts.
Mm-hmm. That's so true. For what the both of you said, it hopefully in an ideal world, we don't think of CSR as projects that we need to do, but it should be second nature. It should already be integrated into the business model that this is what we do automatically. It's not something that we have to set aside. Okay, these are our funds for this year that we can donate for these foundations, or these are the projects that are quota. No, but that we think that it's a part of us, that it is kindness, it is generosity, and it is part of the human spirit to help one another. So with that, Ms. Marybeth, can you share a message to our MSMEs who are watching to encourage them to contribute in their own way to their communities? What's a special message that you can say to them?
I think no matter how big or small your business is, there is always an opportunity if you are willing to, if you're committed to work hard and to take on also the opportunities that come your way. There are so many, marami pong programa, lalong-lalo na ngayon, para makatulong sa ating mga small, medium enterprises. It is up to you also to to grab these opportunities po para maiangat ang inyong, not only yourselves, but your cooperatives, your mga empleyado. Kasi itong mga small, medium enterprises, meron din yung mga empleyado, a couple of employees, no? And that's important, na hindi lang para sa inyo, kundi para sa mga inyong member cooperatives din, di ba? maraming opportunity. The only thing that you need to do is to take that opportunity and commit yourself na kaya nyo to, meron akong opportunity and gagawin ko ito. Yeah.
Yeah, so true. Such a special message. Now, Sir Reginald, what is some words of encouragement that you can share with our small business owners?
Para sa mga SMEs, ang gusto lang nating banggitin sa kanila, sa corporate social responsibility kasama sila. At sa bawat gagawin nila, tingnan lang natin, una is your purpose. Bakit mo ba gagawin ang isang social development effort? Don't just do it for a specific goal, no? But not just do it for a specific goal, but not just do it for the sake of contributing. Para lang tayo makapagbigay, but do it for a specific goal, your specific purpose. At pangalawa, partnership. Find the right partner. Kahit anong liit, pag nagkasama-sama, malaki yan. So you just really have to find the like-minded organizations and even individuals who share your same advocacy. At tatandaan natin, the companies and even MSMEs that demonstrate CSR initiatives are more likely to weather the crisis kahit ano yan because of the trust that you have built with your stakeholders, with your customers, and with your neighbors of your businesses.
Very true. Thank you so much for that message. Thank you so much. Maraming salamat po, Miss Mary Beth and Mr. Reginald, for sharing us with your insights about this transformation of the landscape of CSR. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having us, Randy. We had a good conversation.
Thank you, Randy.
Thank you also to our viewers. This is Randy Bernardino, Open for Business correspondent from our Las Vegas studio.
This portion is brought to you by Security Bank.
Hey there, Arnie Aquino here at Hatley Castle, one of the filming locations for the X-Men series. Don't forget to tune in to Digital Nest only on Net25.
Open for Business is back, and our business term of the week is corporate social responsibility. As defined by the World Bank, CSR is the continuing commitment by business to behave ethically and contribute to economic development while improving the quality of life of the workforce and their families, as well as of the local community and society at large. So what have we learned from today? Since the start of the pandemic, the landscape of CSR has transformed from physical to digital, from individual to collective, from one sector to multi-sectoral industries. One of the greatest changes has been the visibility of MSMEs engaging in their own CSR initiatives. Even individual people are showing their generosity and contributing to their communities. If there's a positive that came from this crisis, it has been the willingness of Filipinos to step up and help their fellow men regardless of their status in life. And with that, here is the quote of the week from Mr. Henry Ford, who said, "Coming together is a beginning, keeping together is progress, working together is success." Maraming salamat sa inyong panonood ng Open for Business, and thank you to our OFB Las Vegas correspondent Randy Bernardino and our guests Maribeth Marasigan and Reginald Andal from the League of Corporate Foundations. Samahan nyo kaming muli sa Open for Business sa susunod na linggo. Learn for more insights from CEOs, thought leaders, industry experts, and SMEs promoting business development in the Philippines. Be informed and stay open for business. Be ahead of the curve from vision to action. Panoorin ang programang Open for Business sa Facebook at YouTube. Mag-like at mag-subscribe sa aming social media at Net25 TV. Para sa Open for Business, ako po si Cesar Vallejos. We live in interesting times.
This program is supported by BMEG Premium at Protect Plus Gold. Sama-sama sa laban, walang iwanan. Security Bank.